Good morning. This is Rick Gibson with AARP Fraud Watch, and we are doing Fraud Watch Friday. You know, the state offices all make use of a monthly package of statements that become the most current issues across the United States. And sometimes those things are useful and informative, and sometimes they may be even a little out of date. But this month, they posted one called the AARP imposter scam that has made me really stop and think about frauds and how people do fraud and what they use to fraud. One of the most effective things that criminals can do is to gain your confidence. They can impersonate another organization that you do business with and trust. Sadly, no one is immune from this. I hadn't thought of it, but not even AARP is immune from this. Very recently, the AARP Fraud Watch Network helpline has been receiving calls about a scam that involves phone calls from someone claiming to be with AARP's security systems. We're told that the first question they ask is whether you own your own home, and then they hang up. We haven't yet heard from anyone who lost money or insensitive information to these scam calls, but that could always change. Don't engage with anyone who claims to be from AARP security systems. And if you get a call like this, please let AARP Fraud Watch Network know at the number scrolling across your screen, 877-908-3360, or at the online Fraud Watch Network. Be a fraud fighter. If you can spot a scam, you can stop a scam. Another thing we need to be aware of is called smishing. If you haven't heard of smishing, you need to. As more of us catch on to scam calls on our smartphones and we block them or we don't answer them, scammers have taken to texting. Smishing is the term of art. SMS, which is texting, plus PHISING, which is phishing. Therefore, you have smishing. But texts live in the space of immediacy. Scammers know that we're likely to respond much faster to a text than to an email. To thwart their efforts, take a pause and consider the message. Is this really my bank? Is this truly Amazon? Can this be PayPal or the IRS texting me? Don't click links. Access the company directly or call the agency in a way you know to be safe and see if there's an issue. Otherwise, just don't engage. Something you might watch for is that criminals know that fear is the best motivator, and nothing drives fear more than a loved one that's in trouble. And that's why scams that target grandparents never seem to go away. If someone calls claiming to be your grandchild or some authority calling about your grandchild who's in trouble or danger, it's most likely a scam. It's certainly a scam if the caller directs you to send money fast to resolve the problem. Your best move is to hang up and call your grandchild or reach out to family who would know his or her whereabouts. And the one that is most immediate, at least in the area of Kansas and Missouri, are utility scams. Utility scams heat up as the temperatures rise and when they fall. And if you remember, the temperatures fell dramatically last winter, and we've really never ever paid for that. The payments for that were set aside in a fund until they decided how they were going to be paid out. And some of those decisions haven't been made. But the Federal Trade Commission ranks utility imposters among the top reported scams. In this one, you typically get a call or an email or a text saying that because you've never paid for last winter or because your account is past due, you must pay immediately or they're going to cut off your power. Another tactic is the utility claiming that you overpaid your bill and they request your bank account information to issue a refund. Utility scammers can also show up at your door after a power outage or a severe storm, offering to get your power back on for a fee. Utility companies typically don't do business this way. Any unusual communication from your utility should raise a flag. Be aware. Disengage. Contact your provider at a number you know to be legitimate. Off a recent statement, for example. Chances are you will learn that there is no problem to address. If you're a fraud fighter, when you spot a scam, you can stop a scam. This is Rick Gibson, AARP fraud fighter, asking you to be aware and stop those scams.